Okay, so what we're going to have a look at now is we've assembled some of our footage and we've got some of our audio, but the problem that we're struggling with is that we would like to have little transitions between each of our shots just to create a bit more flow, make it more dynamic and more engaging. So what we want to do, and also we've got our music, but the problem with our music is it just instantly cuts out, which makes our projects look a little bit more amateur, and we don't want that. We want to go out and try and create something super engaging. So a couple of little things before we get into transitions. If you have footage that's this small or too small for your project's sequence settings, all you do is you right click on it and you go scale to frame size. And this will then scale it up. Or you can grab the end of the image and drag them out, just like this. Which is quite handy to have. Another thing is, for example, this footage has attached audio, but actually doesn't have any audio on it. So it can get in the way, it can block us from adding more sound effects in. So what we do then is we click on the piece of footage and we unlink it. This unlinks the audio from the visuals and allows us to delete it, which just makes our timelines a lot neater and allows us to directly link our sound effects to our footage. Now, moving back into transitions and effects, what you want to do is if you've got your project timeline here and your editing workspace looks like this, you've got one of two options. You can either go up to Window, go to Workspaces, and go to the Effects page, which will reset your workspace to cater to effects. Or you can go to the bottom left hand where you have your media library, and you can click on these arrows and go to Effects here. Let's do this one first. So I want to create a cool transition between this shot and this shot. I also have a little bit of black in there that I'm trying to mask. So what I want to do is I want to go to Video Effects. And Video Effects help us adjust what's going on in the frame. So if I wanted to make mine look super kind of crazy or stylized, I can do things like making it black and white by typing in black and white, or monochrome, sorry. Monochrome, I can grab that, and it actually makes the image like an old-timey movie in black and white. I'm going to drag that onto all of my footage. So we have a really cool black and white effect happening over the top of my footage. Now this image is quite dark, so I might want to bring up the brightness in it. I'll up in brightness and contrast. Now from here, you can see it didn't do anything, but this is where effect controls come in. So we go up to just here where it says effect controls because we've selected the clip. We can actually see all of the effects we've already added. So we've added the black and white filter and we've added brightness and contrast. Let's bring that brightness up a little bit. And then because it's a bit flat now, we'll bring up the contrast too, just to make it a little bit more detailed. Just gives it that little bit more character. Now, that's using video effects. So what we want to use next is we want to use a video transition. So what we'll use is we'll use a cross dissolve. And we'll place this between these two clips right here. Now, when it comes up with this, it's because the clip's too small. So what we'll do is we'll make the transition a little bit smaller. And now we can see there's a nice smooth transition there. Should be able to also put one at the start of our sequence. And we'll use a dip to black this time. It fades in from black. Look at that. And to adjust the length, we just go there and we adjust it however we see fit. So if we wanted it to be really long, We do it that way, or we can make it really short. Let's go somewhere in the middle. So that's great. Another problem that we're having with our sound is that it just starts, which does sound a bit jagged and a bit hard to follow. This is where audio effects come in, audio transitions come in. So we're going to look at crossfade, and we're just going to use the constant gain at the start of our clip. This way it organically fades the sound in. And we're going to use an exponential fade at the end of the clip to fade it out. Just like, a little difficult for me. There we go. There we go. Once again, if you want to adjust the length, you just click on the effect and move it along. There we go. Now that's a very abrupt ending for our clip. So once again, we're going to go back to the video of transitions. We're going to go skip to black this time. There we go. Beautiful. Another thing we can do is audio effects. Now these actually alter, much like the video effects alter the video, the audio effects alter the audio. Some of the things we can do with audio effects involve filter and modification, but we're going to go with time and pitch, and we're going to use this tool called the pitch shifter. This can make, in our effect control panel, it'll appear on the audio. We can actually make it so that the shift goes down. So if we wanted to make it sound like a Dark Lord, we just click the preset, Dark Lord, and suddenly our music sounds very low, uses a lot of those low hertz frequencies, which allows us to have really low and scary music and demonic music. And these are how we use our video transitions, video effects, audio effects, and audio transitions in our Premiere Pro projects.